All right, so ready to step inside a true California dream home.
Oh, yeah.
Today we're doing a deep dive into Freddie Freeman's Studio City farmhouse.
Sounds fun.
You know, the one he just bought for like, what, 7.825 million?
Yeah. Quite the price tag.
But we're not just going to focus on like the square footage and the dollar signs,
Right.
We want to know what makes this house a real home, right?
Definitely.
Especially for a family. And
Right.
honestly, a little peek into how a celeb designs their place, it's always a little fun.
Oh, for sure. Always curious to see how the other half lives.
Exactly. So
Okay.
what is it about this place that makes it so special?
I think what's really cool about this house is how it mixes luxury and practicality.
Okay.
It's in, that really desirable part of Studio City that's known for attracting celebrities
Yeah.
who want privacy, but also that kind of community feel.
So it's like the best of both worlds.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, the listing describes this as a modern farmhouse.
Mm-hmm.
What does that even mean in the interior design world?
So it's a style that takes that classic farmhouse look,
Okay.
which, like rustic charm and cozy vibes,
Yeah.
and then it elevates it with more contemporary elements.
Okay.
So instead of just, exposed beams and barn doors,
Yeah.
which, sometimes can be a bit much,
Yeah.
you get this really sophisticated mix of natural materials.
Okay.
Like they use a lot of oak flooring and carefully chosen stone for the fireplaces,
Nice.
and they integrate those beams into a much more modern design.
So it's farmhouse, but like with a definite upgrade.
Exactly.
Not trying too hard.
Yeah, not overdone.
So I'm seeing a lot of talk about this open concept layout.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about that style that people love so much?
I think especially for families,
Yeah.
open concept living is really about connection.
Okay.
It lets families be together even if they're doing different things.
Okay.
So, imagine like parents cooking dinner, but they can still keep an eye on the kids playing in the living room.
Yeah, makes sense.
It just makes for a more casual, relaxed atmosphere.
So are there any downsides to having that wide open space, though?
Of course. I mean, noise can definitely be a factor.
Yeah.
It's really important to think about things like, using area rugs to help absorb sound.
Okay.
And maybe strategically placing furniture to create some kind of visual separation.
So you just got to be mindful of the potential challenges and, find those creative solutions.
Exactly.
Okay, let's talk about the heart of any home, the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
This one is described as a chef's dream.
Oh, yeah.
And just from the photos, I can totally see why.
It's incredible.
So what makes this kitchen stand out?
It's a perfect example of how they blend luxury and practicality.
Okay.
You have top-of-the-line appliances and custom cabinetry,
Yeah.
which, obviously scream high-end.
Yeah.
But then they also have this massive island with sleek black stools.
I love a good island.
Perfect for casual meals.
Yeah.
Or just hanging out while someone's cooking.
Yeah.
It's the perfect gathering spot.
And those light wood tones and the brass accents tie in beautifully with the rest of the house.
Yeah. And that consistency is so key.
Okay.
It creates this sense of harmony throughout the whole home. You're not like jolted from one style to another as you walk from room to room.
Makes sense.
It all flows together really nicely.
Now, one thing that really stood out to me was how this house blends indoor and outdoor living.
Right.
You can't talk about California homes without mentioning that, right?
Absolutely a must-have.
Essential. So how does this home do it?
So they have these walls of glass doors
Okay.
that open right onto the patios and the gardens. It
Okay.
literally blurs the line between inside and outside.
Yeah.
And they've really put a lot of thought into the landscaping, too.
Okay.
Stone pathways,
Nice.
lush native plants.
It looks beautiful.
It's all very intentional.
It doesn't feel like an afterthought at all, like some outdoor spaces can be.
Right. You can tell they really considered every detail.
And that attention to detail speaks volumes.
Yeah.
Even the choice of plants, native and drought tolerant.
Right.
It shows they were thinking about both aesthetics and, functionality.
Exactly. Being practical.
Smart, especially in California.
Yeah, for sure.
So we've talked about the open layout, the indoor-outdoor flow.
Mm-hmm.
What other features would you say make this a great house for a family?
So they have this really cozy breakfast nook.
Okay.
Perfect for, casual family meals.
Love that.
And then the primary bedroom actually has access to a private patio,
Oh, wow.
which I imagine is like a peaceful retreat for the parents.
Makes sense. You need a little getaway.
Yeah, exactly.
And then using those, native drought-resistant plants in the landscaping
Yeah.
means less maintenance for a busy family,
Right. Less work.
but it still looks amazing.
Exactly. You get the beauty without the hassle.
It's those little details that make a big difference when you're, juggling family life and everything else.
Right. It's all about making life a little easier.
Okay, Let's talk about a space that adds a little fun to this house. The parlor room.
Yes.
It's described as having like a bolder, more playful vibe.
It's a fun one.
Yeah, what's going on in there?
So this is where you really see some of the homeowner's personality shining through.
Okay.
They went with these deep teal walls in here,
Oh, wow.
which is a total departure from those more, neutral tones you see throughout the rest of the house.
So it's like a little jewel box hidden away.
Yeah, exactly. A fun little surprise.
I love that they went for a bolder color in this room.
It adds some drama and sophistication without overwhelming the overall design.
Makes sense.
And then they have custom wood paneling in here, which adds warmth and texture.
Love that.
And there's even a built-in wet bar.
Oh, nice.
Perfect for entertaining.
So it's ready for a party?
Absolutely.
And the photos show this super comfy lounge seating in there.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like a good spot to unwind.
Yeah, it definitely encourages both conversation and relaxation.
That's the goal.
Yeah, a perfect blend.
So this room is like a testament to creating a multifunctional space that reflects your taste.
Exactly, and having fun with it.
Love it. All right, let's move on to the primary suite.
Okay.
What did you think about that space?
Oh, it's gorgeous.
It's meant to be like a real luxurious retreat.
Oh, it definitely lives up to the hype.
Yeah.
That primary bedroom is truly a haven of calm and relaxation,
Yeah.
which I imagine is incredibly appealing to someone like Freddie Freeman with his busy schedule.
Makes sense he needs that.
Yeah, definitely.
From the pictures, it looks like all muted greens and natural wood floors.
Yeah.
Creating that serene vibe.
Yeah, that color palette is incredibly soothing.
Mm-hmm.
And the minimalist furniture keeps it feeling uncluttered and open.
I like that.
And of course, you have those large glass doors leading out to the private patio.
Oh, to have a private patio right off your bedroom.
It's the dream.
It really is.
It's the perfect spot to enjoy some quiet time or just soak up that California sunshine.
I'm jealous.
We can't forget about the ensuite bathroom either,
Oh.
which is absolutely stunning.
It looks like a spa.
It really does.
Yeah.
From the marble countertop with the dual sinks to the soaking tub strategically placed by a glass wall with views of the private terrace.
Oh, wow.
It's clear that bathroom was designed with a spa-like experience in mind.
That's the ultimate luxury, isn't it?
Absolutely.
To have that kind of space to just unwind after a long day.
Yeah, you can just shut the world out and relax.
I'm feeling very envious right now.
It's definitely goals.
It speaks to the importance of creating spaces in your home dedicated to self-care and relaxation.
Right.
It's not just about aesthetics, it's about your well-being.
Exactly. Your home should be a sanctuary.
So true. Now, while the primary suite is all about that luxurious retreat vibe,
Yeah.
the walk-in closet seems to be designed with, practicality and organization in mind.
Yeah, you're spot on.
Like, how do they approach that?
Stepping into that closet is like walking into a high-end boutique.
Oh, wow.
Custom wood cabinetry.
Okay.
Built-in drawers, open shelving.
So organized.
Everything is designed for maximum organization and accessibility.
That's the dream.
Right. No more lost socks.
Exactly. And they incorporated a small dressing table with a stone countertop,
Yeah.
which is a nice touch of elegance
Yes. It's a nice little detail.
in a space that's, usually all about function.
Right. But it shows that you can blend practicality with style.
Yeah.
Even a closet can be a reflection of your personal taste.
Makes sense.
And I love that they added a pop of color with that bright rug.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, it just adds a little personality.
So we've covered the main living spaces, the kitchen, that fun parlor room,
Yeah.
even the primary suite and closet.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't forget about the outdoor areas.
Right?
They play such a big role in this home's design.
Absolutely.
Like, what stands out to you about them?
The landscaping isn't just about looks,
Right.
It's thoughtfully designed with both functionality and sustainability in mind.
Okay.
They've used native California plants, like
Mhm.
olive trees and drought-resistant shrubs, which is both beautiful and environmentally conscious.
It's a good reminder that you can have a, lush, vibrant landscape
Mm-hmm.
without using tons of water.
Right. You don't have to sacrifice beauty for sustainability.
Exactly.
And those stone pathways and planters add visual interest
Yeah.
while also, guiding you through the gardens.
Yeah.
And the large outdoor patio is perfect for entertaining or just relaxing.
I can picture it now.
Yeah, it's furnished with natural wood and woven furniture.
I love that.
So it's really comfortable and inviting.
It all feels so intentional and well planned.
It really does. They didn't leave anything to chance.
And I think that's what makes this house so appealing.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not just a collection of beautiful spaces. It's a home that's been, carefully designed to meet the needs of its inhabitants.
Exactly. It's a home that's meant to be lived in.
And maybe even exceed them a little.
Oh, for sure. It's a dream home.
Now, I know you have some insights into Freddie Freeman's real estate portfolio.
Yeah, I've been doing a little research.
So can you tell us a little bit more about that?
Yeah, so as many of you might know, Freeman also owns a $10 million oceanfront home in Corona del Mar.
Oh, wow.
He bought that back in 2019.
Okay.
And it's a completely different vibe from his Studio City farmhouse.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a modern, sleek home that really embraces its oceanfront location.
Okay.
With features like an infinity pool and an outdoor kitchen.
That sounds amazing.
And of course, those incredible ocean views.
Oh, to have ocean views.
It's hard to beat.
So he enjoys both the, laid-back farmhouse aesthetic and the modern coastal lifestyle.
Yeah, it seems like he appreciates different aspects of California living, which I think is really cool.
It is cool.
He gets the best of both worlds.
Well, that's all the time we have for part 1 of our deep dive into Freddie Freeman's Studio City farmhouse.
Already.
I know time flies when you're having fun.
It does.
We've covered so much ground, from that open concept layout and those gorgeous natural materials to the luxurious primary suite and those amazing outdoor spaces.
Yeah, it's been a good tour so far.
Be sure to join us for part 2, where we'll delve deeper into some of the specific design elements that make this house so special.
Sounds good.
And we'll talk about how you can incorporate some of these ideas into your own home,
I love that.
even if you aren't a baseball star.
Right, you don't have to be a millionaire to have good taste.
Exactly. So stay tuned.
Can't wait. Welcome back to our deep dive into Freddie Freeman's Studio City farmhouse.
So excited to keep going.
Me too.
In part 1, we talked about the overall aesthetic and all those family-friendly features. And now I kind of want to zoom in on some of the design details.
Yeah, let's get into the specifics.
That really elevate this house to that, next level.
For sure.
So what stands out to you?
Let's start with the lighting.
Good.
Throughout the house, they've used a mix of statement fixtures
Okay.
and more subtle accents to create this really layered and inviting ambiance.
The article mentioned an understated chandelier in the living room and some strategically placed sconces.
Yeah, they're really thoughtful with it.
It's crazy how much of a difference lighting can make in a space.
Oh, absolutely. It can make or break a room.
So true.
And in this home, the lighting choices really complement the overall design aesthetic without, overpowering the space.
Yeah.
Like those brass and gold pendant lights in the kitchen.
Yeah.
They add a touch of sophistication, but they still work with the warmth of the wood tones.
It's all about balance.
Exactly.
And then you have all that natural light pouring in from the huge windows and glass doors.
Oh, yeah. That's key.
That's California living.
Right. That abundance of natural light is essential for that bright and airy feel.
Okay, let's talk furniture.
Okay.
What were your impressions of the style and the functionality?
So the furniture throughout the house strikes this perfect balance between comfort and sophistication.
Okay, I like that.
Like in the living room, for example.
Yeah.
You have those plush sofas and armchairs
Yeah.
that are upholstered in natural materials like linen and wool.
Oh, nice.
They're pieces that, invite you to relax but still have a really refined look.
They look so comfy in the photos.
Yeah, they look amazing.
I noticed the dining area has a rustic wood table with black frame chairs,
Yes.
which kind of echoes that subtle contrast you see in the kitchen
Yeah, that's a great observation.
with the black stools and stuff.
That repetition of design elements is what creates a sense of cohesion throughout the entire house.
It's like those little details you might not even notice consciously.
Right, but they make a big difference in terms of the overall aesthetic harmony.
Makes sense. And of course, we can't forget about the outdoor furniture,
Oh, yeah.
which is just as stylish and comfy as the indoor pieces.
Absolutely. Those outdoor spaces truly are an extension of the living areas.
I love that.
That natural wood and woven furniture creates such a relaxed and inviting atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's perfect for entertaining or just kicking back and enjoying the California sunshine.
It's giving me major FOMO right now.
I know, right? I want to be there.
All right, so we've talked lighting, we've talked furniture. What other design details should our listeners who are looking for inspo for their own homes, what should they pay attention to?
I think the use of texture in this house is really noteworthy.
Okay.
They've incorporated a variety of textures that add depth and visual interest to each room.
Can you give some specific examples?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a visual person. I need the visuals.
So you have that stone fireplace in the living room.
Yeah.
The exposed wood beams we talked about earlier, woven rugs, even the smooth marble countertop in the bathroom.
Oh, yeah, I
So
see you.
all those different textures create like a tactile experience.
Okay.
And it makes the space so much more visually stimulating.
It's so easy to get caught up in like color and furniture.
Right.
But you're right, texture plays a huge role in creating that warm and inviting atmosphere.
It really does. It adds that extra layer of sophistication and personality.
Now, one thing that impressed me about this house is how warm and inviting it feels.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like a sterile show home at all.
Right.
Like, how did they achieve that?
It's definitely a combination of factors.
Yeah.
The natural materials, the warm color palette, the carefully chosen decor.
Okay.
It all comes together to create a space that feels lived in and loved.
And the article mentioned that Freddie Freeman's personality really shines through in that parlor room
Oh, yeah, for sure.
that we talked about earlier.
Yeah, those bold teal walls, the custom wood paneling, that eclectic mix of decor.
Yeah.
You can really get a sense of his individual taste in that room.
It's like he's not afraid to be himself.
Exactly, and it makes the space so much more interesting.
It's a good reminder that you shouldn't be afraid to express yourself through your home design choices.
Right. Your home should be a reflection of you and your family. It's
Yeah.
a space to showcase your individuality
Love that.
and create an environment that feels authentically yours.
Now, for our listeners who are passionate about luxury real estate,
Yes.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on what makes this property so desirable, aside from, the beautiful design.
So this property is located in like a super sought-after area of Studio City,
Okay.
known for its privacy and security,
Yeah.
and that strong sense of community we talked about earlier.
It's a neighborhood that attracts a lot of celebs, right?
It does. It offers that perfect balance of being close to all the excitement of Hollywood
Yeah.
while still providing like a peaceful escape from the public eye.
Makes sense they need their privacy.
Exactly.
I imagine the landscaping also plays a role in creating that sense of privacy.
Absolutely. All that lush greenery and those mature trees,
Yeah.
they create like a natural barrier shielding the home from prying eyes.
Like a little oasis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
A hidden gem.
So it's not just about the house itself, it's about the location and the lifestyle it offers.
Right. It's about finding a place that meets your needs both inside and outside the home.
Now, earlier we talked about Freddie Freeman also owning that stunning oceanfront property in Corona del Mar.
Yes. A very different vibe.
From like a purely real estate perspective, how would you compare the investment potential of the two properties?
Okay, so both properties are located in incredibly desirable areas of Southern California,
Yeah, for sure.
which are known for, their strong real estate markets.
So they're both solid investments in
Definitely.
that sense.
Yeah, but oceanfront properties tend to command a premium price,
Makes sense.
and they typically appreciate at a faster rate than homes that aren't on the water.
So purely from like a financial standpoint,
Yeah.
the Corona del Mar property might be considered the more valuable asset.
Most likely, but it's important to remember that real estate is more than just an investment.
Right
It's
on.
about finding a place that you love, a place that feels like home.
Right. So true. It's not all about the money.
Exactly.
And both of Freddie Freeman's properties really seem to reflect his personal taste
Yeah.
and his desire to enjoy, all that California has to offer.
Absolutely. He's living the dream.
And that's what makes this deep dive so fascinating.
I agree.
It's not just about admiring beautiful homes. It's about getting a glimpse into, the lifestyle choices and the design decisions that go into creating these dream spaces.
It's inspiring.
So inspiring. All right. In part 3, we're going to shift gears a little.
Okay.
And we're going to go from admiring Freddie Freeman's homes to exploring how our listeners can incorporate some of these design elements
Yes, I love it.
into their own homes.
It's all about bringing the inspiration home.
Exactly. So stay tuned. Welcome back to the final part of our deep dive into Freddie Freeman's Studio City farmhouse.
It's gone by so fast.
I know, right? We've explored the layout, the design details, even gotten a little, real estate savvy.
A little bit, yeah.
Now let's talk about you.
Okay.
How can our listeners bring some of this California cool into their own homes?
So it's really about taking inspiration
Okay.
and adapting it to your own, space and your style.
Right.
Remember those natural materials we talked about?
Yeah.
The oak floors, the stone fireplaces. Those are great starting points.
Yeah. And you don't have to renovate your whole house to get the look.
No, not at all.
Maybe it's just, swapping out some builder grade light fixtures
Right.
for something with a little more character.
Exactly. Little touches can make a big difference.
And don't underestimate the power of paint.
Oh, yeah.
Freddie Freeman's home uses a lot of neutrals. You know, those warm beiges, creams, light grays.
It creates a really calming, sophisticated backdrop.
Do you think people worry about going neutral, making their home feel a bit sterile?
Yeah, I think that's a common concern.
So any tips for avoiding that?
Definitely bring in texture through your textiles.
Okay.
Like thick, cozy throws pillows with like interesting weaves.
Okay.
Rugs made from natural fibers.
I love a good rug.
And plants are your best friend.
Oh, yeah.
They just add life and vibrancy to any space.
Plants make everything better.
They really do.
We talk a lot about the open concept layout,
Yeah.
which is great for entertaining and family life. But let's be real, not everyone can just knock down walls.
No, it's not always feasible.
So what can you do if you don't have that option?
You can still create a sense of openness in your existing layout.
Okay.
Think about like rearranging furniture to maximize space
Okay.
and create, clear walkways.
Makes sense.
Mirrors are great for bouncing light around and making a room feel larger.
That's a good tip.
And decluttering, honestly, is like a mini renovation.
Oh my gosh, yes.
A clean, organized space just feels so much more open and inviting.
That's so true.
It can make a world of difference.
Now that indoor-outdoor flow is so quintessentially Californian,
It really is.
even if you don't live in that climate,
Yeah,
you can still borrow elements of that idea.
definitely.
So how do you do that?
If you're able to do some structural changes,
Okay.
French doors or sliding glass doors can really open up a space.
Yeah, those are beautiful.
And even if that's not an option,
Right.
think about bringing the outdoors in. Potted plants, natural fiber rugs, artwork featuring nature scenes.
Those little touches can make such a difference.
Yeah, they really can.
We also talked about how Freddie Freeman's home really reflects his personality, especially in that parlor room with the bold teal walls and the eclectic decor.
Yeah, that room is all him.
It's so fun.
So your home should tell your story.
Okay, loves that.
Don't be afraid to display your favorite books, artwork, souvenirs from your travels.
Yeah, make it personal.
Those personal touches are what make a house truly feel like home.
It's all about those little details.
And good lighting is essential for creating a warm, inviting atmosphere.
We saw how Freddie Freeman's home layered different types of lighting.
Right. They used a variety of sources.
So what are your tips for getting that right?
So think about using overhead lights for like general illumination.
Okay.
And then you layer in table lamps for task lighting.
Okay.
And accent lights to highlight like special features or artwork.
So it's all about the layers.
Exactly. Layers are key.
Dimmer switches are also great.
Oh, yes. Love a dimmer switch.
For adjusting the mood and creating different atmospheres.
Yeah, you can totally transform a room with lighting.
So we've covered a lot of ground today.
We have.
If our listeners could take away just one thing
Okay.
from this deep dive into Freddie Freeman's Studio City farmhouse, what would you want it to be?
I think the most important takeaway is to create a space that truly reflects your personal style and meets the needs of your family.
Makes sense.
Don't be afraid to experiment and have fun with it.
Yeah.
Your home should be a reflection of you.
Beautifully said.
Thank you.
We hope you've enjoyed this deep dive
I know I have.
and that it's given you some inspiration for your own home design journey.
It's been fun exploring.
Until next time, happy decorating.